Vickers here.
Hello? May I speak with Mr. Vickers, please?
I'm sorry, I can't put you through. Mr. Vickers is in a meeting.
I must speak with him. It's most urgent.
I'm afraid I can't disturb him.
Tell him it's United African with reference to insurance. It's absolutely vital.
Oh, very well, if you'll hold the line.
Hello there. Hello. Hello. This is candor. There is no doubt that the Minister of Defense... There is no doubt that the Minister of Defense negotiated a secret treaty... There is no doubt that the Minister of Defense has negotiated a secret treaty with the Chinese. This is candor. There is no doubt.
Vickers here.
There is no doubt that the Minister of Defense has negotiated a secret treaty with the Chinese.
Hello, Vickers here.
This is candor.
Hello?
There is no doubt that the Minister of Defense has negotiated a secret treaty with the Chinese. The Minister of Defense has negotiated a secret treaty with the Chinese.
Mr. Drake, sir.
Mr. Drake, I hope the Colonel carried out your instructions.
I'm sure no one saw Mr. Drake arrive, sir.
That's good. Now, Mr. Drake, you find me a very angry man.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir.
Thank you, Colonel Ambuti. You may leave us now.
Sir.
Your government seems to think I'm a political opportunist playing the East off against the West.
That is not unfashionable these days.
I'm not interested in political fashion, Mr. Drake. Neither of the East or the West. I pursue an African policy.
So I understand, sir.
Your government does not understand. And I doubt my word. I repeat, I'm a very angry man.
I'm sure they don't doubt your word, sir, but perhaps they do think that you are being deceived.
So I'm a fool as well as a rogue.
Clever men are sometimes deceived.
Let us not discuss the matter any further. I have told your government that if they're not prepared to take my word, they have my permission to make their own independent inquiries. In that I am sincere. I am prepared to give you all the help you need.
Thank you very much. There's just one thing I would ask of you, sir.
Well?
Ignore me.
Oh? Why?
If you have enemies who are deceiving you, it's best that they don't know that I am your man.
You are not my man, Mr. Drake.
I hope that by the time I'm finished here, you will feel differently about that, sir.
Good evening.
You're not a member, sir.
Is that important?
If you're looking for trouble,
There's danger around the corner, my friend.
play safe with the whole firm. I'm sure the boss would like to make you a member, sir. That's him and the bear over there.
Yes? I've come to talk insurance, Mr. Baylor. Play safe with the old firm.
So you're Mr. Hamilton. Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
Oh, this is Miss Sapado, Mr. Hamilton.
How do you do?
And how is London, Mr. Hamilton?
You know it.
I studied at the London School of Economics.
Nice to have you on the team, Miss Fardo. This is the last message our people received from Kanda.
This is Kanda. There is no doubt that the Minister of Defense negotiated a secret treaty with the Chinese. This is Kanda. There is no doubt that the Minister of Defense negotiated a secret treaty with the Chinese.
There wasn't any more.
Poor old Kanda.
Fortunes of war. Now, Britain has been pouring a lot of money into this country. They don't intend to do so if the government sells out to the Chinese. Now, your Prime Minister says there's no arms deal. Kanda said that there is.
Kanda was never wrong.
Would the Prime Minister deliberately lie?
That can be explained. There is conflict between the Prime Minister and Enugu, the Minister of Defense. We're expecting a break. Some of us think he's hoping to step into the Prime Minister's shoes.
Maybe. Our people want to know if there is a treaty. If there is, they want proof, a photographic copy. Now, that is our little task.
Are you kidding?
Where would it be kept?
If I know Enugu, it would never leave his strong room in the Ministry of Defense.
And then we must pay someone to bring it out long enough to get a picture.
Not a chance. Enugu is a fanatic when it comes to security.
Then if we can't get it out, we'll have to go in.
Have you ever seen the Minister of Defense?
No, I'm looking it over tomorrow. Our people have arranged an appointment with the minister.
Then you'll see for yourself. He runs the place like a fortress.
Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Left, right, left, right. Forward, halt! Fast guard, take post!
Mr. John Hamilton, Consolidated Minerals.
Right, left, quick, march, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
Lieutenant Kankana here. Mr. Hamilton has arrived for his appointment with the minister. You will call me? Thank you.
Lieutenant! I have just found Arthur Parker in the building, unaccompanied. I've had enough of this slackness.
He is the building contractor, sir. He has to be in and out all the time.
I'm surprised to have to remind you, Lieutenant, that standing orders specifically state that no one, I repeat, no one, will proceed from this ministry without a guard. And that means at all times.
I'm sorry, sir. I take full responsibility.
It's just not good enough.
This is Mr. Hamilton, sir. Major Barrington.
Hello.
You work with Parker?
No.
Mr. Hamilton has an appointment with the minister, sir.
Has he got a pass?
Oh, yes, he's just issued me with one next.
Come in.
Mr. Hamilton, I must apologize for having kept you waiting so long. I'm afraid I can only give you a few minutes. I have to leave now. And what does a company the size of Consolidated Minerals want with our poor, underdeveloped country?
I should like to take a look at the Negura territory.
Well, you may look where you please, Mr. Hamilton. We're not a police state. But in the first place, Negura is wasteland. And in the second place, we did not spend 30 years getting rid of foreign rule in order to give control of our lands to an international combine.
Do you mind if I smoke, sir?
Please go ahead. Why the Negura territory?
We had a survey made there some years ago by a Belgian geologist who found evidence of mineral deposits in amounts that could be of interest to our company.
Well, as I say, you can go where you please. It is your money.
But Negura is scheduled as a military territory, is it not?
Is it? I believe it has been used for exercises. I shall arrange for our security people to give you a pass.
Thank you so much.
But I would like you to understand that from now on, the assets of our country will be used for the benefit of our people.
Please believe that my company is perfectly aware that conditions have changed in Africa.
And conditions are going to change even more.
Yes, it was. Thanks so much.
Can I drop you anywhere, Mr. Hamilton?
Oh, no, thank you. I have a card.
Well, if you need any further help, you know where to find me?
Yes, I do. I do indeed. The door to the minister's suite. Through there lies the strong room. That's why we called in Luke, our expert on locks and safes.
Well, he has to find a way of getting into the building before he need worry about getting into the strong room.
Well, there are two problems: access to the strong room, access to the building itself. And there's no reason we shouldn't go along resolving both at the same time.
Your minister friend certainly believes in locking things up. This is a Webley Parkinson 7438A time and mortise job. It's got an excellent alarm system.
Which operates?
Well, when closing the door, the alarm is set for the time that the strong room's going to be opened again. And if the lock's tampered with in any way during that time, the alarm sounds. That's the least of your problems, isn't it? You're going to need more than a tin opener to force your way into that job.
I wasn't thinking of forcing it.
Huh? How's that?
The minister has a key.
And how do you think you're going to get that?
I was hoping that you'd find out for me, Sam.
Well, if I know Nogo, he most likely takes it to bed with him.
Let me know whether he has it strapped to his wrist or under his pillow.
Oh, it's hot. And it's going to be hotter still before Mr. Hamilton finishes out here. Don't you ever drink, honey?
No, Mr. Baylor. I find it clouds the intellect.
Well, don't you ever leave your intellect at home?
I try not to, Mr. Baylor.
Miss Safado, you are going to look into the weak links in the ministry security system.
There are no weak links, Mr. Hamilton.
Oh, come now. Where the human element is concerned, there's always a degree of fallibility, someone who is willing to be corrupted.
With the terrible Major Barrington in charge, your fallible humans wouldn't dare allow themselves to be corrupted, much as they'd like to.
I'm quite sure about that.
There isn't a chance in 1,000 of you making an unauthorized entrance into the building.
Have you considered the Major himself?
I have, and I ruled him out.
Tell me about him.
Well, he was given a wartime commission from the ranks, but after the war there was no room for him in the British regular army. I've no doubt he resented that. He came out here, managed to get himself a job in the colonial army, a security job. I should imagine he enjoyed playing Pakasar. Anyway, when the British moved out, he was invited to stay on in more or less the same job. What else was there for him to do?
Have you discovered his dearest wish, Miss Safado?
Well, they do say that when he's had a drink or two, he often talks of retiring to a little place in the country. Back home, of course.
Of course. Where do I find him?
At the British Club. We've kept the name out of sentiment. You'll be wasting your time.
Oh, yes, I'd whiskey and soda, please. Excuse me. Haven't we met before somewhere?
Yes, we have, this afternoon.
Yes, of course, the ministry. May I get a drink?
I have one, thank you.
Oh, fine.
I'm sorry that I mistook you for one of Arthur Parker's tribe. I was a bit hot under the collar. It's no easy task trying to instill the rudiments of security into the minds of some of these gentlemen out here.
I'm rather surprised to hear you say that.
Oh, why?
Well, as an outsider, I must say I was tremendously impressed with the security arrangements of the ministry. I couldn't help noticing.
Oh, thank you. Mr...
Hamilton, John Hamilton.
Major Barrington. Would you care to join me?
Very nice of you. Yes, there's far too much slackness about these days, I think. I should think that an unauthorized person wouldn't stand a chance of getting into your building.
Oh, no chance at all. You aren't here for long?
Flying visit.
I haven't been home for 7 years. It'd be nice to see a green field again. Sometimes I don't think I ever will. You live in London, I expect?
Well, I have an apartment there, but my home's in the country, Hampshire.
Ah, yes, lovely part of the world.
Property's pretty expensive there, though, isn't it? Huh?
No, I wouldn't say that. You can still pick up quite a nice little place between 20 and 40,000, I should say.
Oh, really? Yes, I often find myself dreaming of a little place in the country. Of course, I have a nice enough place here, but a bit of trout fishing, spot of rough shooting. Nothing to compare with English country life, is there?
Yeah, quite right.
Excuse me, Mr. Hamilton.
Oh, yes, Major Barrington, this is Mr. Fardew, my assistant.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Fardew?
Would you excuse me a moment, please?
Please.
Here. Have you found Charles Wheeler?
No, I got New York. His wife is expecting him this evening from Los Angeles.
We've got to find him, get on to the Los Angeles office again, would you, and take care of all this stuff for me. I'm sorry about this, Major, but I've rather a lot to do in a short space of time, yes?
That is a call for you, sir.
See who it is, would you, Mr. Fardew?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Oh.
Which company are you with?
Consolidated Minerals.
Oh, big stuff. You moving in on the old place?
Ah, no, Major. You wouldn't expect me to ask you about the secrets of your security system, would you?
Yes, I see your point, old boy.
How much, sir?
2 and 6.
Yes. Let's keep train.
Thank you.
I sometimes wonder whether I shouldn't have stayed in Civvy Street.
Oh, I don't know. People seem to live quite well out here, don't they?
Well, perhaps in the good old days. Now, don't get me wrong, Hamilton. I've got nothing against the new lot. But it stands to reason a chap's going to look after his own kind. And if the brother-in-law of some bigwig decides he wants my job, what am I going to be doing?
Quite.
Oh, Mr. Hamilton, it's London.
What do they want?
It's the chairman, sir.
Oh, he wasn't going to phone till tomorrow. Never mind, excuse me.
Yes. High-powered chap, Hamilton.
Oh. With all his money. Thank you.
Is that you, Sir George?
No, it's Samuelson.
It's about the insurance matter you asked me to look into. I thought you'd be interested to know that your client takes a very good care of his objects.
He doesn't keep them under his pillow, does he?
No, and not strapped to his wrist. He keeps it in a safe behind the dressing table in his bedroom.
Well, I'm glad to hear he's so security-minded. It is a secure safe, isn't it?
Not 100%, I'm afraid. A professional man wouldn't find it much trouble.
Although there are usually plenty of people in the house.
On certain nights, there's only one servant alone.
Does it happen often?
Not often, I'm glad to say. But it does tonight.
I consider myself a very lucky girl, Major Barrington.
Oh? How's that?
Well, the firm has made me his PA while he's out here. Of course, he's a very big man in the company. If I do well, who knows? He might find me a job in the London office. Not bad news, I hope.
No, not really. Sir George wants us to close the deal right away, so you'd better get on to Nagura's agent, make sure our paperwork's in order, and get our man to vet the contract with
Yes, sir.
If only I could find Charles.
If there's anything I could do.
No, this particular Charles is in New York at the moment, or he ought to be. Thanks all the same. I wonder... No, it wouldn't work. So... Yes. Well, I'm not going to get rich hanging about here, am I? Goodbye, Major Barrington.
Oh. Goodbye.
Nice to meet you.
Excuse me, you've got my car boxed in. Sorry, boss. My mistake.
Are you feeling better now, Mr. Trick?
No, I'm not feeling well at all, Mr.
We are right outside the town, Mr. Trick, so that any noise will not be noticed. You must feel at liberty to shout as loudly as you please.
No, I'm not one of those iron men who enjoy resisting torture. You just tell me what you want to know and I'll answer your questions. Somebody's been at my pockets. I had a cigar.
What are you doing in this country, Mr. Trick?
I'd like smoke. I find it calming to the nerves.
Please, answer my questions.
On one condition, sir. A cigar, and I'll tell you everything.
Give him his thing.
happened. I was getting quite worried.
I can't imagine why.
There was a call for you, dear. Mr. Hamilton.
Hamilton? Oh. All right, well, I'll call him. I suppose you forgot to take his number.
No, I didn't, Bert.
Well, what have you done with it, then?
Well, he asked me what time you'd be back.
Oh, I see.
He said he was coming straight out here.
What? Mr. Hamilton? Coming here?
Sometimes I think you're ashamed of your home. Oh.
No. Don't you go. You keep out the way.
But, Bert...
Go on. The moose. Oh, Mr. Hamilton, do come in.
Good evening, Major. I trust this is not inconvenient.
Oh, no, of course not. Pleased to receive you in my humble, Can I offer you a sherry?
Well, that's terribly nice of you, thank you. Major, you were kind enough to ask if there was any way in which you could help me. I know you were speaking merely figuratively, but it did occur to me there might be a way in which we could help each other. Thank you. Good luck.
Good luck.
Yes. I've run into a bit of a snag out here since I left you. I had a call from Los Angeles. Charles Wheeler had been taken ill, poor fellow, ticker trouble. I was waiting for him to come out here and join me. I'm afraid it's killed my plans. Stone dead.
You were saying I could help you?
Yes, I suppose you could. Seems a pity to pass up 40,000, still I suppose it can't be helped. Sorry to bother you, I'll be running along.
Yes, but you said...
Yes, I know, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Frankly, I don't think it's in your line.
Well, tell me about it. Let me make up my own mind.
Look, Major, you are not a businessman. You public servants lead sheltered lives. You are not accustomed to normal business practice.
I'm sorry you don't care to give me your confidence.
Please don't be offended. Look, if I shared the confidence with you, would you promise not to betray it?
I am an officer and a gentleman.
Good. Right, now, I'm in a spot over a land deal. I need a partner.
Nothing to do with the ministry, is it?
Ministry? And why should it be?
Only that you were with my minister today, and I'd like you to know that I'm a man who believes in personal loyalty.
Yes, of course you are. Do you mind if I sit down?
Well, of course, please.
Well, here's the situation in a nutshell. My company, Consolidated, has sent me out here to negotiate the purchase of the mining rights of a large tract of territory north of the Nabula River. After a lot of hard bargaining, old Chief Nagura, who owns the land, has agreed to sell for £110,000. Now, my company has authorized me to go up to £200,000, but they'd be delighted to get it for £150,000.
I don't quite understand.
Don't you?
No.
Well, I can't very well sell the land to Consolidated myself, otherwise I'd be out of my ear. But we could buy it in your name for £110,000, and you could sell it to Consolidated through me, their agent, for £150,000. They'd be delighted to get it at the price, as I said earlier. But it doesn't need an Einstein to see that that leaves £40,000 to share between the two of us. Well, do you want £20,000 or don't you?
No, well, I'd like to think about it.
Of course, if it's a matter of loyalty, then...
I said personal loyalty, Hamilton. I owe no loyalty to your company.
That's quite right, you don't, do you? It's a deal, then? You'll have to make up your mind rather quickly, I'm afraid. My chairman's waiting for a call to say that the deal is set so that he can close another one that is dependent on this one. Yes, well, that seems to make sense. Everything in shape, Major?
If you say so, Mr. Hamilton.
Very well, then. I'm sorry to keep you up so late, Mr. Bailey.
I'm always ready to close a deal, Mr. Hamilton.
And I take it you're empowered to sign on behalf of Chief Nagura?
Yes, Mr. Hamilton.
And our lawyers have checked the power of attorney, Miss Safado?
Oh, yes, Mr. Hamilton.
And this is the document?
Yes, Mr. Hamilton.
Good. Well, there's nothing to prevent you two gentlemen from signing, then.
I'll need the check for the deposit, Major.
Ah, yes, 10% of the purchase price.
Could we...
Yes, would you excuse us a moment, please?
Yes, of course.
So I'll be back in a minute.
I'm sorry about this.
So, my Major, I'm terribly sorry. I should have given you this earlier. This is my check for 11,000. You make out one for the same amount. Give it to Mr. Bailey.
Yes, but why not give him this one?
Dear Major, the only reason you were brought in on the deal is that I work for Consolidated. There mustn't be any documentary evidence that I'm involved in the purchase.
But I haven't 11,000 in my account.
What's that got to do with it? There's my check for 11,000. On Monday, Consolidated will cable 150,000 into your account at the bank, and we'll split 40,000, and your little place in the country won't be a dream any longer, eh? Just make out the check for 11,000.
Can you hear me, Mr. Hamilton?
Yes, clearly.
The minister has just left.
Thanks, Joe. Stick around. We're going in now.
Sam! I told you not to come up here tonight.
Oh, I was lonesome, honey.
Sam, you know I'm not allowed to have guests in this house when I'm alone.
Well, that's the best time to have guests, honey. Hey, look what I got here for you, huh? Well, go on, open it.
All right. What is it, Sam?
I'll open it and see.
Yes, Joe?
The minister's car is coming back again, boss.
Is he in it?
Hold on. Yes, he's in it, all right. It's turning in through the gates now.
Thank you. Trouble? The minister's coming home again.
Well, let's get out of here. Come on.
Finish this first.
I'm Miss Lenu.
You let me go without my briefcase.
You didn't tell me you wanted it.
Never mind, run upstairs and get it.
here?
Maybe I was waiting to say goodnight.
Well, you run along now, and don't come here again when I'm alone.
Okay, baby, okay.
Found your little place in the country yet, Major? As I brought the contract for the transfer of the mining rights from you to Consolidated.
I thought we should see this immediately, sir.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Fowler. Oh. Dear. All right, Mr. Fowler, I'll see you later.
Yes, sir.
Everything all right? I'm afraid not. The deal's off.
Company cannot go ahead with Nagura deal due to rumors of secret Chinese treaty with local government? But this is impossible.
Sorry to raise your hopes, Major. It's just one of those things.
What about my check?
What about it?
I'll have to stop it.
But you signed a contract. You can't stop it. Otherwise, the vendor will sue you.
Do you realize what you're saying?
You have my check. You just pay it in on Monday and you're in the clear.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, old boy. I got a bit agitated.
Yes. Well, I'll just go and phone London. Maybe I can do something about it. Ah, good morning.
I don't think I know you, sir.
What a short memory you have. Here are the keys to your car. I parked it outside the Chinese Chancellery.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Don't mention it. It was a pleasure. Good morning. He's all yours. I'll be at Sam's.
I think you'll find their work all right.
Thanks.
Right.
Oi. Huh? Treat him gently.
Yes, sir?
Oh, thank you.
Do you mind if I join you?
Well, I haven't seen you here before.
No, I should have been in Nairobi by now, but the plane had engine trouble. May I join you?
Oh, please.
I'm Frank Lucas.
Oh, Major Barrington.
How do you do? Much go on round here on a Sunday, eh?
No, not very much.
Have a cold beer, please, Major.
I have a drink, thank you.
You work here, Major?
Government post.
Ah, I'm not very well up on local politics.
Me neither. I'd just like to do my own job.
Thanks very much.
What's your line?
Minerals.
Oh. There's been quite a bit of interest in minerals here lately.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Oh, why?
Well, my company's done a comprehensive survey of the whole territory. Mineral-wise, this is dead last.
Surely not.
Oh, why?
Well, there's a chap out from England been banging on about the Nagura territory.
Oh? What company's he with?
Consolidated Minerals.
Oh, no.
What do you mean?
I think you got it wrong, old boy.
But I've just been talking to him.
What's his name?
Hamilton. John Hamilton.
He says he works for Consolidated.
That's right.
Well, I've been with Consolidated for 5 years. There's no John Hamilton on our staff. You sure you're not thinking of United Minerals?
No. No, I don't think so. If you'll excuse me for a moment.
Yeah, sure.
Come in. Ah, Major, I was just about to pour you a drink.
You cheap crook.
Oh, really, Major, such language.
It happens that I have just met one of your colleagues in Consolidated Minerals. He never even heard of you. I'd like to know what your game is.
My little game, Major.
Why do you want my check? You know it'll bounce.
I haven't got your check, Major. The man you gave it to is a perfectly respectable businessman under the impression that that check was a deposit for the purchase of mineral rights, which
Well, you better get it back right away. And if you're not out of the country by the afternoon plane, I'll have you charged.
What with? You've got my check.
Presumably worthless.
You're very deceptive.
I'll expose you.
And reveal that you've been involved in a conspiracy to defraud. That's the phrase, isn't it, Major?
So are you?
Yes, you see, but I have no reputation. You are a security officer. Your livelihood depends on your reputation. If that check bounces, you lose your house, your job, and any chance of future employment.
Why have you done this to me?
because you're the only person who can help me with a very important task.
What are you talking about?
To trace a secret arms treaty that your minister has made with the Chinese.
I never heard such utter rot.
It's easy to prove. The report will probably be in his office.
And you've been to all this trouble so that I will help you to break into Inugu's office? You must be mad, Hamilton, mad. I'm a man of integrity.
And personal loyalty. I knew that, Major. I knew I had to get you on the hook, otherwise you wouldn't agree to help me. So, now, how about striking a blow for the old country?
Now, look here, Hamilton. If you had come to me honestly and let me know your true identity, if you had put your problem to me fairly...
You'd have turned me down.
Yes, I would. It's outrageous.
Let's stop speculating and get down to hard facts. I let you off the hook on one condition, Major, that you take me into the minister's room. It'll take a few minutes. It's Sunday. There's only the security guard on duty under your control. Do that for me, and you're in the clear.
You don't know what you're talking about. Don't you realize that Inugu keeps all his papers locked in a strong room?
Oh, yes, I have the key to it, and also the key to the steel door to the office suite.
Great Scott, where'd you get these?
Well, we are professionals, Major.
Those keys aren't any use. There's an alarm on the safe.
Yes, we've taken care of that, too.
You've lied to me before, Hamilton. How do I know that you're not lying now?
I have to take my word for it.
And if I were to help you, how do I know that you'll clear up this business of the check?
I, thought you might ask that.
What's this?
£11,000. That should cover the check. But each note has been cut in half. The money is worthless to both of us until the job's done. Then I'll give you the other halves.
Major. Everything all right, Mr. Kankana?
Of course, sir.
I'll be in my office.
Major Barrington and the Englishman have gone into the Ministry of Defense.
When was this?
Just now.
Go back and keep a watch.
Right.
You can't tamper with that. You'll trigger the alarm.
Hello, Joe.
Hello, Joe. Come in, Joe. Come in, Joe.
Okay, boss, I'm here. Everything is ready.
Go right ahead.
My informants assure me that the alarm system is on the same circuit as this. If they are right, the alarm inside the strong room should now be disconnected. My informants were correct. I'm sure you're as anxious as I am to get out of here, Major, so I suggest you come and give me a hand. I'm looking for a document, a treaty with the Chinese promising arms in exchange for we don't know what yet. Over there. Now.
Yes, this is Colonel Mboto. It's you. Yes?
I've just had a report that Drake and Barrington have entered your ministry together.
I see. Oh yes, put him through. Good afternoon, Colonel. No. Into my ministry? The two of them went in together? Leave it to me.
Huh? Relax, Major. I found it.
Get me the Ministry of Defense. I would like to speak to the duty officer.
Duty officer speaking.
I understand Major Barrington and Mr. Hamilton are in the building.
That's right, sir.
Will you please tell the Major
that I want Mr. Hamilton to leave the building immediately?
Yes, sir. Come back and tell me that it has been done.
Come in, Joe.
Right, you can switch on again now.
Ankana, sir. The Major and Hamilton are not in the Major's room.
My men are searching the building, but they can't find them.
Is the door to my suite locked?
Yes, sir.
Keep a guard on the door and keep a guard on the outside doors, too.
Make sure they don't leave the building.
Very well, sir. I will, sir.
On our way, Major, and you're still in time for your game of golf. Do you?
Right! On the double! You stay here. The rest follow me.
You stay right here. If anyone comes out, arrest them, no matter who it is.
Rowing me. Courage, mon capitaine.
Why did I listen to you, Ambleton? This will mean life imprisonment.
You're such a pessimist, Major. I'm prepared to bet that the Prime Minister is an honest man.
Thank you, Mr. Bailiff. Get me Army headquarters.
The disgrace of it.
There'll be no disgrace, Major. If Fanugo wins his tussle with the Prime Minister, I should think he'd have us quietly disposed of.
Forward, right, left, quick march, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, forward, halt!
This way, gentlemen.
Quick march, left, right, left, right, left, right, right, well.
Major?
Mr. Drake, I take back what I said at our last meeting. You are very much my man.
Thank you, sir.
You can tell your government that we have no secret arrangement. Now, there's one thing, Mr. Drake. I understand there's a foreign diplomat involved in this affair.
Oh, yes, Mr. Chin Lee of the Chinese Chancellery here.
Colonel Mbuta.
Sir.
Would you please call the Chancellery and tell Mr. Lee he is no longer welcome in our country?
Very good, sir.
Excuse me, sir. I wouldn't ask the Colonel to do that job if I were you.
Well, why not?
Chin Lee made a mistake when he was questioning me in the van.
Oh.
He called me Drake. Well, there are only two people in this country who knew that my name was Drake, yourself and Colonel Lamberto, so one of the two of you must have betrayed my secret to Chin Lee.
Arrest Colonel Lamberto.
Quick march, left, right, left, right, left, right, left.
Mr. Barrington?
Will.
I haven't thanked you yet for your part in this affair. Rest assured your loyal service will not be forgotten.
Sir, loyalty always pays. Mr. Prime Minister?